Hi. For this quiz, the first thing is that it said complete the reading and activities for this lesson and then open this Java file. Perform a desk check on the lottery Java file. And then you have to use this to answer the questions in the quizzes. The errors on the quiz may not be syntax errors. Instead, they may be logic errors based on the context of the program. So, let's go back to the and run this program. So it explains the top what's going on. The lottery program generates a 3-digit random lottery number ranging from 000 to 999. The user takes a guess and the program provides feedback if the front pair, back pair, all three, or none of the digits match. So we set up our scanner. The number of digits in the lottery number is 3. Then we create two strings, the lottery number string and the user pick string. So the first thing we're going to do is generate the random 3-digit lottery number. So you'll see a loop here, and we're generating random numbers between 0 and 9. And since lottery number is a string, every time we generate the integer, we are concatenating it to lottery num. And this will work because we've already established that lottery num is a string. Okay, then we print lottery num. This is just a debug statement to use while testing. Then you're going to be prompted to enter the lottery, enter your lottery 3-digit guess for the lottery number. Then that's stored in user pick. So we have lottery number, which is the answer, and user pick, which is what you type in. And then it checks to make sure you've entered enough characters in user pick. So as long as they are equal, we'll skip this. But if they aren't equal, you get a sorry message. So let's say they're equal. Then we have to create all these strings for the front and back pair of both the lottery num, and your guess, because we're going to use that information down here to compare the user's guess to the lottery number. So the first thing we're going to do is check to see if the user pick string equals the lottery number. And if it is, you win. Then we're going to check the front pairs. The user front pair equals the lottery front pair, then you win. The user back pair equals the lottery back pair, you win. Otherwise, you lose. So you really should run this and make sure you understand how it works before going to the quiz. I don't know if you've done that, but anyway, so let's go through these quiz answers. So here, which of the following statements contains an error? So you have to think about each one. So the lottery num length is 3. So n would be 1, and this condition would be true. Then it would increment to 2. This condition would be true, and increment to 3, and this condition would still be true. So it does go through the loop 3 times. This one is different than this one, but does the same thing. N starts at 0, n is less than 1, and then we increment. So n would be 0, 1, and 2. So we would go through that loop 3 times. And so we would get 3 numbers. So think of this like if you were going to rewrite. So what this quiz is doing is pulling out specific lines in the code and rewriting them. And you have to answer the question that's being asked. Now this one would not work because this condition is only true when n equals 1 and n equals 2. So that's only 2 numbers. So that's why this one gives an error. Now, number 2, which of the following statements contains an error? Well, the first one has an error because this will only generate the numbers 0 through 8. This one is an error as well because remember, digit is an integer and lottery number is a string. Assignment here doesn't work, but concatenation of plus equals does. And this does nothing. This is just a comment, so that's okay. Now this one, which of the following statement contains an error? So the front pair would require us to make a substring of 2. This only makes a substring of 1 because of how this command works, so that's out. Lottery back pair, again, is only making a substring of 1. It's not a pair, so that's out. And the user back pair, this again is making a substring with 1 character, so that doesn't work either. I'm going to skip to number 5. Okay, which of the following statements contains an error? So user pick equals lottery num, definitely. This one doesn't even make sense. Or this one doesn't make sense because these are both strings. So this does not check equality. If we're up here comparing the back pairs and we say less than 0, that's just asking if the user back pair is less than the lottery back pair. But that's not what we want. We want to check for equality. So this one should have been 0. So 1 and 3 are wrong. And else if user front pair equals lottery front pair, that is right. So that's why that one's not excluded. Now this one is giving me trouble because I really don't see anything wrong with number 2, but number 3 for sure, I understand why it doesn't work. And it's for the same reason as this one here. If the user back pair, what this is doing is to see if the back pair is less than the lottery back pair, but that's not what we would be doing. We would be checking for equality. And I'm kind of stumped on number 2, so I'm kind of with you here. And I think that one's right. But sometimes I have to think about it a while. But I think that was right. I mean, I would have no problem awarding you those points. But I think at this point, I would rather just reset this quiz. So that's what I'd like to do. I'm going to message you back with this video, and then you can let me know if that's what you want me to do. Okay? Hope that helps. Thanks.